Hi Capricorns, welcome to your August 2018 reading. This is going to be perfect for you if you are Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. And yeah, I've already pulled cards. So, Capricorn, this month, let's see, we've got one, two, three. Three major arcana cards, right? We've got the Wheel of Fortune, Judgment, the Hierophant, indicating you guys have really been trying to go through a cycle of change, trying to change a way that you guys do or go about something. There is going to be something that you are going to be revisiting this month, or drawing your attention to again, maybe something that you've been having trouble with in the past, or just finally making a decision to move forward in a certain way on something. And you guys are really looking into tradition, looking into your spirituality, looking at what's right for you, what you align with, what is true for you. You guys are really finding your truth, especially with that Hierophant and Judgment card. They're right on top of each other. We'll get into that in a second. Let's start with the bottom of the deck, where you guys have the Eight of Pentacles. So this is a craftsman, right? This is someone who is doing really good work. This is someone who is paying attention to detail, making sure these stars are perfect, the lines are clean, whatever. This is someone who is very much about their business, very much about their craft. A lot of you guys in work situations, I feel like maybe some of you guys are trying to come up and get opportunities for promotions, or just moving up ahead and, or creating something of your own in terms of business. A lot of you guys are at that place where you guys are trying to really get your money up and going, and you guys are really on the right track. You're already doing really good work. That's what the Eight of Pentacles indicates, and I mean, pretty soon that 8 will turn to a 10. Overall speaking, though, if this isn't about business or a job, I just feel like you guys yourself internally are doing the work. As you can see, this person is alone. So I really feel like this is a lot of self-work, self-love, self-care, that you guys have been putting in, possibly after a time of feeling betrayed and stabbed in the back. Like, let's say you've been, and this can be years old situation or whatever, but it's like after being in this place of like agony and feeling betrayed and feeling like you can't trust people and just feeling really defeated, you guys are doing the work to push you forward, right? So I feel like that's with your businesses. This can be with your relationships. This can just be you overall, your personal growth as a person. So that's really good. You guys are working hard. With that being said, I don't really care for the fact that starting out, you guys have the Nine of Swords with the Page of Wands. So Nine of Swords is a card about staying up all night. It's like you replaying this toxic video over and over in your head of, either things that hurt you, things that happened, people who lied, whatever. There's something that is troubling you and it's starting to cause lack of sleep. Maybe you're getting little intuitive hits in your dreams. So that's maybe something to really pay attention to this month, if you can keep like a little dream journal next to you. Now, this can have to do with the air sign person, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This can be someone who is younger than you or acting younger than you. Like, let's say you're in a relationship with a fire sign. If I said air sign before I meant fire sign, I'm sorry. Mercury's really been having her hand on my throat in terms of my communication. I've been mixing up things for these last however many days. So anyways, you guys can be dealing with a fire sign person, right? This can be someone who, you're in a relationship with, someone who is acting young, kind of acting immature. And I say that because it's a page. Page is still a very naive, young energy. Even though this is a good person, even though this is a loyal person, even though this is a person or opportunity that is going to bring good luck, there's something going on in this that has you guys up all night and kind of like anxious, right? This is you're just up all night with anxiety. So whether it's a new project, a person, or whatever, I do feel like you guys are kind of having troubles at night and just throughout the day. Like, you could be going about your day, having a good day, and then all of a sudden a thought will pop up, and then all of a sudden, before you know it, you've stacked up 9 swords on that ass, and you're just kind of like, whoa. It's kind of like that energy, okay? A lot of what I think you're thinking about and what you're stuck on is how to move forward in a way that's going to suit you, right? Because we've got the Six of Swords. Now, Six of Swords is all about movement, it's all about moving forward. Some of you guys may be planning a trip that has you stressed out. I do see travel with this card, and also with the Page of Wands. This is a traveler person, right? This is a person who traveled. I mean, he's like in Egypt right now with these pyramids in the back. So some of you guys can just simply be stressed out about a trip, an upcoming trip. Maybe you're stressed about making the plans. Maybe you're stressed about the financial aspect of it all. Maybe it's like a wedding. You're stressed about just everything that comes with planning a wedding. Could be like destination style. I don't know, but moving forward, finding a way to move forward in a way that is conducive for you and going to work for you in the long run. I feel like that's kind of what's on your mind. So let's say this is having to deal with communication, right? Because this is swords. Swords are all about like mental, our mental state and how we communicate with others. If you are having problems communicating with a family member, a boss, a fellow employee, a lover, I feel like you guys have really been trying to figure out ways to come out of this turbulent water down here that's like where things have been rocky in your communication, and you're trying to find a way to move to where it's easier, right? Move in a way to where you guys can have a little bit more balance and things not be so choppy. Some of you, I do feel like, are completely moving away of a situation in general, which wouldn't be surprising because last month we talked about a lot of you guys needing to purge people and things out of your life. So if this is you, if you're one of those people, this could be you guys actually, like, this is on your mind of, okay, moving forward, literally moving forward, cutting people out. Or, again, like I said, just moving forward in a way that's more conducive to your overall growth. Because what you guys have been doing is, it's like, lately I feel like you've been keeping score, right? So this is the reap what you sow card. So on this card, this person is looking at all the work they've done. They look at all, all the things they've done, all the sacrifices they've made, all the conversations they've had, all the ways that we can be, putting our time and effort into something. This person is looking at that, right? And they're seeing, does the math make sense? Like, what is this all worth it? If you guys are someone who is considering leaving like a relationship because you feel like it's not working, I feel like you guys just need to stay optimistic, and also always remember that, the grass is greener wherever you water it. So if it feels like you're in a situation where things just are not working in your favor and like they don't look like they'll be able to, really be fair and looking at yourself and saying, what energy am I keeping around? What clutter am I keeping around that could be hindering me from moving forward, or this situation from moving forward? What old behaviors am I, still doing that don't work? What, it's like about being truthful with yourself and being like, okay, where am I maybe lacking and slacking? Okay. Because I do, and that's only for a few of you, right? But I do feel like this is a time where you guys are really starting to look at things and look at the progression of things, and if there has been progression in the way that you want, and you're really trying to, with that information, with whatever that data is that you guys are stacking up, I feel like you guys are going to move forward in a way that's going to be easier, whether that is you cutting people and things completely out of your life, or you guys cutting a way of doing something so that you guys are able to move forward a little bit better, a little bit easier, and into much calmer waters, right? So in the past, we've got the Wheel of Fortune card. So definitely you guys were in a place where you were ending a cycle and trying to start a new one, right? Only some of you, I don't know. I don't know if you're completely out of that old cycle. I feel like some of you guys are still in it, right? And that could be, too, why you've got this Seven of Pentacles energy, almost like you guys don't know either, because you haven't quite reaped the benefits yet. Yeah. whatever it is, I do feel like it is something that it was going to, it requires that fixed energy, right? Because you've got the fixed signs all in the corners of this card. So, meaning it requires, fixed signs are really good at doing something and sticking to it. You know, they can get into a routine of things. They have follow through, right? Whereas like the cardinal sign like kind of lacks that. Like cardinal signs are like the initiators. They've got all the good ideas, but they don't necessarily follow through on all of them, right? They kind of pass off the responsibilities to like that fixed energy because these are the people who can see a project through, see a thing through. So some of you, even though this is in the past position, it take it as it resonates, and everyone's timeline is a little bit different. Many of you, I feel like you're still in this Wheel of Fortune energy. While you're in it, I don't feel like you can see clearly what's going on. You're still looking at the situation. So whether this is a job that you're trying to see if it benefits you in the long run to stay there, or relationship, same thing. It's you guys. I feel like you guys are kind of still in the middle of that wheel, and that might be too what's influencing this Nine of Swords energy. Because I feel like you guys just want whatever to be done already. Like I feel like you want whatever result you want already. And I'm not going to say you guys are being impatient. I mean, you definitely stacked up all those swords, right? So I don't feel like this is anything that's brand new that you guys are just like, come on, I want this now. In order for you to have stacked up all those 9 swords, I do feel like this is something that's kind of been a long time coming. But you're still in the middle of that process. What is going to help you, I feel, though, you're going to need to stay optimistic. You're going to need to, maybe some of you really pay attention to affirmations or meditations, pray, make sure you're getting enough sleep. Sometimes we get a little loopy when we're not sleeping right. Also, knowing right now we're in the middle of so much planetary shit. Retrogrades, eclipse season. So right now is kind of that moment where if you kind of go with the flow of things, it will be easier for you, this whole transition. If you are resisting, it's going to just cause more of this, okay? So no more resisting what is, because in the near future, then you've got the Two of Cups. So Two of Cups is partnership, it's alignment, it's harmony, it's, equal give and take. Now, every sign I've read for today has gotten the Two of Cups so far. So I did Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, and now you guys. All different placements, but this card has really been making an appearance. So you guys do, towards the middle to end of the month, have the opportunity to really feel a great partnership and a great bond with something, whether it's a job, your family, your lover, whatever. You guys do have the opportunity to do that. Again, I do feel like it will take a hefty amount of prayer and faith and some just really like staying optimistic. You're going to, in this month, have to be very mindful of where your mind goes. Because we've got 9 of Swords, 6 of Swords, 8 of Swords, which we haven't talked about, but you've got a lot of sword energy. And sword energy is tough. It's like tough energy. It's very much, a lot of it doesn't, most sword cards aren't great cards, communication is going to be a little off. Things are going to be a little off. Things are going to be a little delayed. Mercury's in retrograde till the middle of this month. So stay optimistic about everything. Keep your mind clear and be mindful of your surroundings, okay? So, hopes and fears. So, tradition, commitment, a higher level of commitment, marriage. Some of you may be, which brings me back to that 6 of Swords and that 9 of Swords with the Page of Wands, how I felt like this was a traveler. Some of you guys are planning a trip. It can be based around a wedding. This can be a destination wedding. Maybe that's what's got you kind of going crazy, right? Some of you, like I said, if there's a fire sign or a fire sign who's younger, or someone who just feels like right now they're acting a little young, that's been stressing you out. It could be kids. but I feel more like it would be more of a loving situation or a job situation. Maybe you are feeling a little apprehensive about going forward with things or moving forward in this relationship because there are things that you feel like you need to tackle first. Yeah. But I feel like you guys will be revisiting a conversation with someone. We've got the Judgment card in your external energy. So Judgment card is all about a rebirth of something. Whenever Mercury is in retrograde, that is like hella judgment energy, right? Because it's Mercury retrograde is all about old things coming back, us revisiting things, us reviewing our past, us, you know, you get a lot of hits and calls and messages randomly from like exes and people you like really don't even care to talk to, but they come back in your life somehow. It's really a whole new cycle. It's really almost like a leveling up, right? Because it's like things have died and now you are given an opportunity to bring back those pieces of things that worked for you. If this is a relationship situation, you could be having a talk with a partner. This could be with an ex, and maybe they're trying to come back into your life, right? Or this could be like, let's say there were problems with your partner in the past. You guys could be this month trying to revisit those issues so that you can move forward in the future. Um, the nice thing about the Judgment card is I feel like you guys are divinely guided. I feel like you guys will be protected, and I feel like you guys will not be alone in this conversation. You've got ancestors, spirit guides, angels, everybody crowding around you to help, right? So there is a lot of help there. And with these wings, you've got wings here, right? And wings here. It's like this talk, if it is a talk, will give you a certain amount of freedom and make you feel much lighter. It's like after you guys tackle whatever this thing is, it's like things will feel much lighter. Yeah. Because right now you guys are kind of, you know, you're willing to fight and you're willing to go forward and you're willing to, you know, go through the bullshit to get to the good shit, but you are also kind of broken down at this point. I feel like you're tired. Your head's a little bit, you know, messed up right now. You're you know, this person has been through the battle, but they're not no punk. They're not willing to give up just yet, but they are apprehensive, right? There is a little bit of anxiety that they get when they think about things of the past. So what I can say for you is, again, be really staying optimistic and keeping your mind clear, not going back too far into a bad place. And if you do, really just to thank God and universe, spirit, whatever, for the lessons, not to sit there and feel sorry for yourself, right? So being smart and being mindful and looking at things that you went through, fine, okay? If you're using it as a way to propel you forward and just be like, okay, I understand that, I've got clear on that, so I'm going to now going forward, since I still have the strength to fight, I'm going to focus on this or that or this. But it's really not a time of focusing on the past or focusing on things that have not worked out for you, because, I mean, look, 2 9s, and they're both stressed as fuck. Like, you can't sleep, and you're starting to feel a little on guard now, right? Let go of that energy, because if you don't, all it's going to lead to is this, which is the outcome. So 8 of Swords. If you're just going to keep looking at the past for your future answers, then you are going to stay there and you're going to stay stuck. This person is stuck in the mud, can't move. Actually can move, but won't move. They feel like they can't move. It's like that person who feels like they can't do anything for themselves, but they actually have so many opportunities around themselves, but they're so lost in their sunken place of that they don't even see that right behind them there's a mountain with a huge beautiful castle at the top. You know what I mean? So if you are going to stay in this 9 of Wands energy, then you're going to get more of that in different ways, right? You're going to be stuck. It's going to make you feel stuck so that you can't move on in any kind of way, right? So I want to pull some clarifiers. First of all, what is this 9 of Swords energy for Capricorn? The Sun. So you guys, So the sun is all about happiness, right? It's all about, um, well, think about it, in the light, in the light, in the light. Okay, you see how this Nine of Swords person is in the dark. So it's like they're in the dark, and that's part of the reason why they're so stressed out is because they can't see. It's like when things are dark, we can get the shadows of something, right? But we can't see the full clear picture. But the sun illuminates light, right? The sun brings things forth, right? It's also like about bringing truth forth and really our identity, right? What makes us unique. It's very much about ego. It's very much about self and self identity and our creative power to push forward. Um, in order to experience this sun energy, in order to experience this happiness, you have to get out of your head. I feel like you guys are so deep in your head to where you're not trusting yourself fully, right? Um, And with the sun, it lets me know like things are going to come to you. Information's going to come to you. The light's going to be shown on certain things. So really, you don't have to even go here. All you have to do is sit in your power, right? Focus on yourself, right? What makes you happy? What makes you special? You unique? Makes you happy? This is a Leo card, and we're in Leo season. It's a very happy time. All you need to do is focus on this to get more of this. It's law of attraction. Okay. What is this? Six of Swords. Six of Swords. Yeah. With that, you got the Four of Pentacles. So, Four of Pentacles, this is someone who's keeping something from somebody. Now, you can be dealing with someone who you feel like is keeping their finances um, or just their emotions to themselves. And for you, that's not working. So you feel like it's like, I don't even know if I need to move forward, right? You may be a person who is being that person yourself. You may be like just keeping your feelings to yourself because you're feeling like every single time you try to say something, the waters just get choppy, right? It's like you can't say anything without there being a fight. You can't do anything without there being a problem. So a lot of you guys are really contemplating either, like I said, moving completely away from a situation or at least cutting off certain behaviors that, or trying to figure out how to cut off certain behaviors and really pinpointing what those are in order to move forward successfully into a calmer water, right? What I can say is to focus on you. At the end of the day, that is your unseen energy. If you are keeping here and focusing on you, again, going back to the Sun card, self, right? Identity, what makes you unique, focusing on things that make you happy, I feel like that's your best bet, and that's going to be your answer for everything this month, right? I wanted to see what this Wheel of Fortune in the past was about. I was a little confused about that. The Emperor. Yeah, so now is the time, and this is probably why I feel like some of you guys are still in it. Now is the time for you guys to really take on that Emperor energy and take control of your life. Take whole control of your life. Now, some of you guys, I feel like, are having a bit of an issue with that. Feeling a little apprehensive about that. Maybe that's not in your nature per se, and it comes off across to you as just being someone who's trying to be a boss and be bossy. But yes, you are trying to be a boss. No, it's not being bossy. You, like everybody else, have free will over their life. Um, don't let things just happen to you. Make them happen for you, okay? When you really take on the energy of the Emperor, then you will see the full turn of that Wheel of Fortune spin, okay? Show me this Hierophant. King of Wands. Yeah, so King of Wands, again, some of you guys are dealing with a fire sign. So you guys can be nervous about this commitment with the fire sign, especially because, look, you got the King of Wands with the Hierophant, right? This can be like tradition, marriage, all that, right? And you got it with the King of Wands. And then starting out, you guys had the Nine of Swords with the Page of Wands. Remember I said some of you guys can be dealing with a fire sign or someone who's just acting hella young, right? They're acting young. but they're supposed to be this. Like, this is how, like, maybe this is how, like, you envision them. This is but like the person that you fell in love with, but maybe they're going through such a time right now with their own shit that it's kind of trickling down and bringing issues into your personal relationships, and it's like you just want that person back, right? That part of that person back. And I feel like you guys, some of you are stressed with that Nine of Swords, trying to figure out how to help them with that. But all you can do for others is support them. You can't want something for someone more than they want it for themselves. And it is frustrating. But all you can do is really focus on yourself. That Eight of Pentacles energy. And literally when you do, everything happens the way it's supposed to happen, right? Things start lining up the way they're supposed to be. So this Judgment card. Ooh. No. Everything fell out. Kidding, guys. Judgment card for Capricorn. The Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, so you can be trying to have a talk with someone about how you guys are going to move forward in a way that's stable and works for a family unit or something. This Knight of Pentacles, is it's the slowest moving knight in the deck, right? But all knights are on a mission. They're all called to action of some way. But this person just kind of takes their time and plans things more. So if you are hoping to come up on a decision with something, or you're trying to fix or reconcile something with someone, know that this is something that may take a little bit of time and maybe a little slower moving than what you want. But the work that you're doing, because I feel like some of you guys just want this phase to be over. Just know that the work that you're doing is good work that is going to ground this partnership for a long time in the long run, right? Now let's look at this Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords, you've got the Ace of Swords. So Ace of Swords, that's new communication, right? That's all about truth. So the sooner you guys face the truth of the matter and stop feeling sorry for yourself and thinking about the past, right? The sooner that you do that, the sooner you can move forward in something that's going to be conducive for you. It's like it's gonna take you to be assertive and have these conversations that are needed to be had in order for you to move forward out of your funk. Whether those are conversations with other people or just conversations sometimes that we need to have with ourselves, right? Also, it's going to take you getting really clear. But the main thing the main important part about all this is it's up to you. It's just you, right? So if you're looking for someone to save you or fix the problem, we can only fix the problem, our own problems, right? Like really fix them so that they're like really fixed and done, something that we don't have to really deal with. That takes our own work. So, yeah, really becoming clear, really being clear with people that you're communicating with, and your expectations and what you expect, and same thing. And, you know, your desired outcome on things instead of being stuck. It's better to just be clear instead of being stuck out of fear, okay? So I wanted to pull one card for you guys for advice cards, but two came out. So we've got declutter and block out distractions. So declutter. You'll feel more focused if you'll take time to clear away clutter from your living and workspace. Donate what you can to help others who may need your items. Be sure to keep your schedule uncluttered as well. So things that are just around that no longer serve you. Everything that we have, every little thing has energy to it, attached to it. If you have old things that are attached to old energy or people or, just situations that don't make you feel good, this might be a good time to go through your house and get rid of shit, right? Things that are attached to memories of the past that don't feel good, clear it. Also, making sure that it says, make sure your schedule's uncluttered as well. Making sure you have you time. Making sure that you are not filling your days and your time and your heart space with all these things that have nothing to do with you. You guys are really a priority this month. So it's time to out with the old and with the new type thing, okay? Now, block out distractions. It says your life purpose and other priorities need your undivided attention. So it's time for you to take charge of your schedule and working environment by turning off electronics and avoiding anyone or anything that distracts you from what's important. You already know these distractions. You already know what these distractions are, and you have the power to responsibly block them out. So, self-explanatory. There's people, places, situations in your life that are distracting you from moving forward, that are distracting you from, the things that are really important in your life. It's time it's basically like the declutter card. That's why both popped out. Like, this is a really strong message that things that no longer serve you, whatever they are, it's time. Bye. And then you guys got stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. So, especially for those of you, like I said, if there's a situation that you are trying to revisit, a problem that you are trying to revisit, communication that you're trying to have, especially if this is like with the past love or current love, maybe you guys are just going through some hard times right now. It's going to require that you stay very optimistic about things and vibrate higher so that you can get more of those high level vibrations back to you instead of worrying about things that have already happened or you can't change or whatever. Okay, so this month and the success of this month is really going to depend on your mindset. It's really going to depend on you getting clear and knowing that nothing is guaranteed, especially when it comes to other people, right? So the only thing you really have control over is yourself, and you can do that, right? And when we control ourselves and we, take agency over things that do belong to us, then other things start to happen around us, and then we can, kind of deal with things a little bit better. But this is a you month. And it's actually a good month. It's just going to bring to light some things, some behaviors and thought processes that maybe you've been having that are not good for you. Okay, so and nothing is wrong with that. So this is a really good month. Stay optimistic about everything. You're at the tail end of that Wheel of Fortune card. So really, there's endless possibilities. Anything can happen. Okay, and I think you guys have some really good things ahead. All right. Thank you, Capricorn. I'll see you Virgo season. Bye.